Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm on early today. Welcome for you guys that are Aquarians. I appreciate you popping in. This is going to be your intuitive tarot for the 13th through the 19th. I'm doing them early because I have a bunch to do before I leave on Friday. I am leaving for a few days again. So this is my last trip for the year. And so I will be in Oklahoma for 4 days. So I wanted to get these readings in for you for this next week. So definitely this is going to be, well, this is being recorded on the 8th. This is for the 13th through the 19th. Now we have a full moon coming in on the 20th. We just got done with a new moon. I put the listing down below because those energies are really going to play this week as well as probably into that full moon. So because it's not so much the full moon, it's what's happening with the planets around it. So a lot of communication issues. We have Mercury going into retrograde. I think I have toothpaste. Mercury's going into retrograde September 26th through the, October 16th, something like that. It's a short one. Yes. Because if you know anything about Mercury retrograde, it's a lot of communication issues, and then it messes around with your computers, your phones, and all that kind of stuff. It's about technology and communication. So really important to go back and watch that new moon reading as it's going to play into this full moon as well. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. I didn't like it that close. It gives me more workspace here. So let's get going. All right. Whoa. Oh, are you serious again? Wow. Divine is really, really, really pushing for people to really pay attention to this third eye. That if you don't know about the third eye, please go and Google it. This is about your awakening. You're opening yourself to the second dimension, opening yourself to Him. Oh my goodness. This is like the third time just this week we've had Seen Beyond. And so we really need to start focusing in on things that are just not in what we see on this earth. We have to really know that there is more to life than what we can explain, and that there is something guiding us and someone guiding us, depending on what your beliefs are. But definitely, we really need to be paying attention to that because a lot of that is being missed. And the second dimension is about love, period, about absolute truth and love. So we'll get into that a little bit more. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to do your current, past, present, and future. I'm doing current, past. I don't normally do that. But there is so many low vibrational energies through these readings lately. So I would like to see where people are getting stuck or what the problem is maybe in your past. Now, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with you, but it may because I'm intuitive and there's a lot of energies that come through in one reading. So a lot of people, they say, oh, well, this isn't about me. You'd be surprised at how much it can be about you. Definitely. Wow. 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 Definitely all about making your choices and how you're making your choices, whether you're making them worldly or earthly. This is going to be a real interesting reading. Okay, so again, we have the Divine's card, and that is also the number 9, which means pay attention. It's really intense. It's out in the forefront. It also can mean that something's ending. You really need to pay attention to it. It's not quite there yet, but pay attention to it because when something ends, we have something to begin, all right? The other thing about this is we really need to open our minds to what there is more, our destiny, whatever we are doing in life. It is a, what do you call that? It's like a puzzle being put together. There's everything that comes into your life for a reason. Everything person that comes into your life for a reason. There's either to be a lesson to be shared, a lesson to be learned, or a lesson to be given. So I don't know what that is for you. However, this lesson has to be in more of high vibration, light, and love, and absolute truth. So if somebody's trying to grow and you don't want to tell them the truth, they can't grow from you not being honest with them. So you really need to be honest with them. Okay, but again, I'm just going to be pounding this in that we need to be looking at that second dimension for our answers, not the things that we can see. Tarot cards. We can see tarot cards are actually the telephone, they're the resource, they're not the source. So divine is the source. If you want to call divine God, sacred one, Allah, whatever you want to call divine, universe is done on frequencies. Universe, it's like the universe in karma. That's done on frequencies and vibrations. Now, when you go to the divine, when you want something and it's more emotional, it's more feeling based. But the universe is definitely on frequencies. It's like what you reap is what you sow kind of a thing, or your karma, what do they call karmic cycles and things like that. That is based on frequencies. That's your energies just giving out, but they don't do anything with feelings. Okay, so let's get into your actual reading here. So someone's past, this current past is from probably 3 to 6 months, I would say. Could be a lot longer. However, that's all I'm looking at in the current past. So somebody's had some decisions. They acknowledged them. They might have made a wrong decision based on the world and based on how you're making your decisions. Again, we make our decisions more in fear, which would be the darker door, and love in more the lighter door. It is also the number 3, which is acknowledging that this may be a pattern in somebody's past in how they're making their decisions. If something's repeating itself over and over and over, then we aren't learning, period. If you're picking up the wrong kind of guy or the wrong kind of girl and it never works out, and you got to look in the mirror and say, okay, what is going wrong here? What is off? What is sort of twisted? What's out of balance? Whatever it is. Because the decisions that you make, again, was in Taurus, I believe, that when we make these decisions, they have a ripple effect. However, that's not the issue that I think is happening here. This is just somebody is not thinking completely through when they make their decisions, and acknowledging that they're not doing an analysis of making sure that it is a good decision for you to move forward in. All right. Your current energies are to the gentle gardener. Now, the gentle gardener, these would be beautiful. Okay. These are beautiful together. These are energy that works together in your decisions and which way you're going to move, which way you're going to go. The thing about the gentle gardener is you're pretty much the garden. Okay. And divine is definitely the gardener. Okay, the source. Okay, you can be the gardener as well. However, how are you taking care of your garden? Okay, so let's look at you as the resource taking care of your garden. You were given a garden. How are you taking care of it? Are you watering it? Are you feeding it? Are you making sure that you till the ground up so the air gets in there so that those plants can come up? This is really, really important. And how are you tilling that? Are you tilling it with love? Or are you just, hey, let's get it done. I don't want to do this. This is life. And this is how divine is watching. If you look at these two, they're side by side. That's how divine is watching. Watching to see how you are handling his resources, divine's resources, because he will give you more if you show that you care, show love and care and kindness and everything. He will grow you more abundantly if you care more about this garden and make sure that it's taking care of it. Oh, I forgot to water the garden. It's been 3-4 days. Oh, wow, I forgot to take care of it. Oh, yeah, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later. And then before you know it, the plants start dying, and then that could be your relationship. It starts to die when you don't take care of it, when you don't pay attention to it, when you don't give it good attention. It begins to die. Relationships die. Okay, I don't know who that's for, but definitely just plop top, plop top. Okay, so your future energy is the number 5. This is definitely about the things that you pray for. This is the things that you're going to tarot for. Are they coming back? Are they leaving? Are they thinking about me? A lot of people ask about love. you really need to focus in on self first and keep moving first, and love will come to you, attract to you. But this is a prayer. I don't know what your prayer is, but it definitely is not an uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for somebody because for the future, it's a number 5, so they don't really know how to pray. Don't need to, just talk. But got to remember, you can pray in your head also. You can pray verbally. You can bring it to life. The thing is that you want to praise in verbally, but also to pray in quiet or meditate in quiet, because the adversary cannot hear your thoughts, but he can hear your words. And the adversary could be low vibrational energies. You can call him Satan. You can call him the devil. You can call him low vibrations. You can call him frequencies. You can call him whatever you want. However, they can't catch it until you speak it, because that's a vibration. Okay, your head is inside your head, but when you speak it, there's a vibration to it. And that's why they say be careful with your words. So for somebody, it's not comfortable to meditate or pray, but that's how you get to this. Because when you meditate and pray, it makes you calm, it makes you peaceful. You release all this negative energy, these low vibrations, that kind of a thing. I don't know if I have a hair, a spider, a fly, or what. But that's how you release those. Okay, and you want to release those. Must be a fly. We were joking. We think we have an English ghost, English spirit here. For some reason, even though my daughter's teas are all settled, tea keeps being missing in our cabinets, and there's nobody here that drinks tea other than us, and her tea is missing. It's like, this is weird. This is like the second or third tea that is just, and it's not because it's compressing, because it's drying, because it's already done, but it's like maybe that English ghost is in here. All right, let's see what we're doing here. While I'm getting your spread ready, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Likes really, really are important to the channels, any YouTube channel that you watch, because that is how our videos are actually spread out more through the YouTube world. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe any YouTube person that you watch. They greatly appreciate it, more than you have any idea. Okay, so we have another 9 of Wands. That's your first card out. I like to look at the numerology because that begins to tell me that something's really, really important. Something is really, really in the front. It's not on the back burner. It's very in the front. You got to pay attention to it. It is also the Wands. This is about communication. This is about trying to find a solution in your communication. This is also the Mercury and Mars retrograde energy. Definitely trying to pay attention to what is happening there. We have the Knight of Cups next, and then the 8 of Wands. Definitely going to be a lot of that. A lot of that. So the Knight of Cups is facing the Knight of Wands, or the 9 of Wands. And then we have the 8 of Wands again, the 8 and 9. So for somebody, I think something is like coming at you that you really are having a tough decision to make. You're really struggling over that. There might be something new coming up that you cannot see yet that you're going to be making a decision on. Again, you have to look at your garden. You have to look what you're doing. Are you paying attention to everything around you before you make any kind of decision? Are you looking to get clarity? Because this is definitely, now I put the link down below for the new moon. Go watch that, because that is through all of September. Communication is huge. You need clarity. You need to be vulnerable enough. You need to be strong enough to really ask to get clarity. Some people are shy to really talk about things that they don't want to talk about. It's sort of like my series on I think it's the last videos that I posted there on sexual abuse. Do you think that was easy to talk about? It's not. But you know what? If somebody doesn't talk about it, not going to know anything about it. So it brings clarity. Okay, so make sure that you're getting clear information from whatever it is or whoever it is that is trying to come to make this decision of some type that will be in your future. This is a past energy. Remember, this is your past card. Trouble making decisions. I don't know who that's for, but your trouble in making decisions is because of what your mind process is. You're not going to go to the source, you're going to the world. The source is second dimension, high vibrations, the light, whatever you want to call it, divine, God, whatever. You want to go there for your answers, not to the world, because that's where this dark door is. Okay. The world is more of the darker side, sadly. In the middle of your spread, you have the King of Swords. Okay. The King of Swords in the middle of your spread is really good, especially with Mercury and Mars and all the planets that are moving around the moon right now, because we got a lot of slow moving planets, which are very powerful planets. This is about finding the absolute truth. Okay. When you're looking for the absolute truth, and I'm looking at both sides of this because you're looking at absolute truth in what you want to do for your income, what you want to do for your career. Are you happy in what you're doing? This is where some of the choices are really hard to make. This is your past. These were tough choices, but maybe the choice was a good one, maybe it wasn't. And if it wasn't a good one, is it a repeat pattern that keeps happening? Or is this something that is a dead end and you need to change it? Okay, that's your past card. It's like, okay, things are at a dead end, but something's not changing. If it's dead and it's not going anywhere, or it's not going to lead you to your purpose and your calling, time to maybe think about that, because this is where the absolute truth is. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, you're trying to hold on to something that maybe is already dead and done. I hate to say this, but a lot of people want to hold on to relationships that are dead and done. And they come to me. That's why I did a video on when you ask me if they're coming back. So if you want to go under my videos and you ask me when you're coming back, please watch it if you're waiting for somebody to come back, because it's really important to self-love, to understand that holding on to that needs to be released. Whether they do come back or they don't come back, you need to release it to divine and let him decide to bring them back or not, because divine and God knows, the universe knows what is good for us. Okay, I don't say the universe. Universe is frequency and vibrations. Universe isn't about your emotions. Divine, God, and that energy is more about your emotions. So that's why I'm saying if somebody's holding on to a job, a person, a past, whatever, you're holding on to something that is dead and gone. This is your past. And this is what's holding you back. Okay? This is what's holding you back. And what is that? Fear. Okay? Because we only operate on two elements in our life. When we make a decision on this one here, fear, more of a darker, low vibrational energy, or we make it on love, which is very high vibrational, high energy. That's how we make our decisions. Don't believe me? Think about it and then talk to me, because it's actually very true. Okay. And people come to me and say, well, what about this? What about this? And I break it down to the ridiculous, and they're like, oh, okay. I didn't even think about it that way. Because what do? We operate on love, or we operate on fear. That's what anger, bitterness, and all that stuff is. All right. But somebody's holding on to something that they really need to be releasing and letting go. Again, you need to go to divine and say, should I let this go? Should I let this person go? It's time to let them go? Is this time to let this job go? Is it time to move on? Is it time? Okay. I don't know what that is for you, but it is, because here's the thing. You're holding yourself back. Okay, so we have the Knight, or excuse me, the King, right? Yeah, the King of Swords. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have some beautiful rejoicing, some beautiful celebration with the Three of Cups, with your friends and everything. It's sort of like your friends are just waiting for you to make this decision that they know isn't good for you. And your friends are going to, like, as soon as you make this decision to say, you know what, that toxic relay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm seriously done. I'm moving on. I'm not going to look back. I'm just going to keep moving. I deserve better. I, value myself. I know that I love myself and I deserve better, and I can have the love that I want. I can have the job that I want, can have this, and I deserve that. And your friends are going to go, woohoo! And and they'll celebrate with you. Okay. Because sometimes we just cannot see it, but we have to make the decisions. Okay. Again, we have the Knight of Swords as your challenge card. The Knight of Swords is about it's something coming to you, definitely, and it's coming to you a little bit more quickly, but you're fighting it. And that's about truth. That is about being your authentic self in your truth. This is say, hey, what is it that I really, really want? What is it that I really want to do? And you're fighting it. You're definitely fighting it. Okay, so I don't know what that is for you. All right. Okay, so let's see what else we have going here. Don't forget to, if you appreciate or like my videos, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Smash that like button. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Something's really uncomfortable for somebody in the future. I think they're afraid of the future. They're afraid of taking a risk, afraid of taking, even though that they think that they're doing everything to take care of that garden. I'm watering it, I'm feeding it, but there's that fear there that the plants are like, do I come up? No, do I go down? Do I come up? Do I go down? Do I come up? Yeah, man, I just don't know. Should I come up? Should I really show her, or should I show him that, yeah. But the thing is, there's that fear, that hesitation. That hesitation. Yeah, definitely hesitation to the future. Because somebody is thinking way too much of the future. Somebody's in their head about the future. I think somebody at their work is being attacked. I don't say it's a bully, but definitely they're not talking good things about somebody at their work. This is sort of an off-balance situation, and it's a struggle for somebody. And this is where that situation is, where you might have to think about it, looking at what your options are for another job, because we have the Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, again, more about communication for your future, and then we have the Two of Cups. So we have a lot of twos, which means trying to pull something together, trying to balance something out. Okay. Don't have a lot of major arcanas here either, too. So, but this is what's coming up. So the Six of Pentacles is about a give and take thing. So if it's sort of off balance and you just keep giving and giving and they just keep taking and taking, and they're not giving you raises or they're not giving you money, really you have time to maybe evaluate, because, we usually say that's sort of being pimped out because they'll get more and more and more from you, but they're not going to give you the money. Okay, and this is definitely about your future, something to think about your future, because you have the Four of Pentacles here. This is something that, again, somebody's trying to hold on to that really may need to release it. Okay, but with having the Two of Cups here, this is beautiful, because now you have the 2 and the 3. You've got the support, you've got the group, you've got the plus, but not only that, you have, thank you, the support of divine to say go. Okay, because if we listen to our intuition, this is your intuition. If we listen to our intuition and we go by what you feel it is pushing you towards, that's our passion. There are things that we have deep inside of us that's just never going to go away. That little flame that is in you, that is like, I've thought about it since I was a kid. I've thought about it in my teens, my 20s, now I'm in my 30s, maybe your 40s, 50s, whatever, you're still thinking about it. It means that that should be released, because that's where you should be going. Okay, I got a hair or something that's just tickling me. It's driving me nuts, excuse me. So definitely somebody's there for support. Your friends are there for support. Even if there's one or two, that's all you need for support. Definitely somebody who's going to help you through this process of making a better decision. Okay, because somebody's been going through this karmic cycle over and over again. All right. And it just, yeah, definitely about communication, something new coming in. Definitely. And this is a solution as well. This is about a solution for things that you desire of the mind. Not the mind, excuse me, of, your soul and your spirit. All right. Is there anything else with this deck? I am going to get clarification because your Knight of Swords definitely is facing the Three of Cups. And that is your challenge card. Gosh, fear. Fear, 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 fear. All I hear is fear. Yeah. See, remember we have the nines? We have so many nines here. We have one, two, well, maybe just a couple of them. However, that's all you need. Now we've got 3, we've got a 10, we've got a 4. Things to create more stability. Definitely fighting it. Definitely fighting. So we have the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, lots of communication. There's some arguing. There's some unbalanced energy. It's sort of like bickering back and forth. Not sure who that's for. And it's definitely creating something to come to an end. Okay, so what that means is you've got something getting ready to finish. It's not finished yet. You have to look at your decision in that process. Excuse me, look in the mirror and see what it is that needs to be done and finish it. Because if you don't, and that is the Knight of Swords, that's your fight, that you don't want to finish it out of fear. Because if you don't finish whatever it is that you need to finish, Divine does it and it's not fun because he'll do it when you least expect it. Least expect it. All right. So let me get some clarification on this Knight of Swords. Definitely about your job, somebody's job. There's a new offering we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So somebody might be in this process of trying to find a new job, or they now have a couple job offers and that fear is that they don't know which job to take. You better go to Divine, go to your intuition. Even if it's lower money, but you know it's more towards your passion and what you want to do. You start out at a smaller level, but you know what, you're always going to go up. So you always can make more money, that kind of a thing. Because we have this, there's a little gate down there. You see the gate? That's for you to go through or not. This is an offering. This is something new and being offered to you. Okay. And if you are a good gardener with that offering, definitely, you are going to be able to exceed in what you're going to do. So this is, again, one of these opportunities to make a choice and not create a karmic cycle that keeps repeating itself. This is something that this is your past, that it keeps repeating over and over and over again. But you have now the opportunity to stop that. Because once you get into a company, you do things to better yourself, and then you better the company. So being a business owner, I look at anything, any job that I have as being, if it was mine, how would I want, how would I want it to run? How can I make it more efficient? How can I make it more a smooth running machine kind of a thing? That definitely is something that you have to do and think for yourself, but also for the company as well. That's gardening. That's taking care of the garden, taking care. If this is a relationship, which I don't see this being a relationship, I see it being more money, that somebody just wants to hold on to a dead-end job that's not going to lead them anywhere or do anything, that you really want to focus in on that. And how do you do that? You definitely go to Divine for the answer. Then you ask. You go in meditation or prayer and you say, hey, I don't know how to make this decision. Show me a sign. Show me some confirmation how I make this decision and how I'm supposed to move forward. Now, if it's not a job and it is something else, you need to be doing the same thing. Okay. Don't be fearful of the unseen. Don't be fearful of the supernatural. Don't be fearful of all that kind of stuff. It's, oh, these are upside down. That kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to get some clarification. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, so I'm getting clarification on the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is your fear of moving forward, of getting into something that you are afraid of because, you're afraid if it's going to turn out good. You're afraid if it's going to do this. Well, this is you multitasking in your brain, talking to yourself too much, talking to yourself in an earthly basis, talking to yourself in a manner that you've been through something and you're afraid that it's going to happen again. Something that wasn't very good, or something that was deceitful or lying, or somebody manipulated you into doing something and it didn't work out. You were cheated on something. Excuse me. You cheated on something, and so then now you're stuck in making a decision. You're like confused, you don't know which way to go. Mercury energies, Mars energies, Pluto energies happening again. Go back and watch the live new moon video. It will tell you sort of what's happening in communication. Okay, but because this has been a karmic cycle for somebody to repeat patterns, this is now a time to really step back and ask the supernatural, the divine, God, sacred one, angels, whatever you are talking to, that's your communication, that's your meditation, your prayer. Ask, and that will open your third chakra. Okay, that will open that, and that is where your answer is. And that answer comes to you in many, many ways. A lot of times, intuition, I really, gosh, I want to take that job, but it's not as much money. But that's really what I want to do. That's your spirit and your soul talking to you. But that one's got a lot of money, but man, it's just not quite. That's divine saying, that's not where I want you to go. Okay. Well, same with the people, same with your relationships. Man, he's really good looking. She's really beautiful, but gosh, there's just that one red flag. No, divine saying, I showed you the red flag. No. Okay. So this is about decision. Also, too, it's how you take care of your garden. It's how you are looking at the whole thing. Am I watering it? Am I feeding it every day? Am I listening? Am I paying attention? Am I doing all that kind of stuff? Because there is a couple offerings coming here this way, but something is going to end. So something has to close. It's like when you quit a job, you get a new job, right? Sort of like that. If you break up with somebody, you're going to get a new boyfriend. You're going to need a new girlfriend. That kind of a thing. All right. So let's go to love and relationships real quick. Aquarius. And again, please, if you haven't, please smash that like button. I appreciate it very much. That's how you support people's channels. It's all free, but that's how you support what you like out there. So any YouTube creator, please, if you really like and you're watching them, just keep hitting their like buttons on their videos. It means a lot to them. It really, really does. All right. And sharing and subscribing too, of course. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a live Q&A for a couple of hours, and people can ask about tarot. People can ask about, spiritual growth. People can ask about fitness and nutrition. I'll be a live coach / tarot person. So, yeah, but if I hit 1,000, then I'll do a couple hour Q&A for anybody to ask anything. All right. And also, if you want to know about my supernatural side and all that kind of stuff, and all my poltergeists and all this kind of stuff, weird stuff that I have. So share with your friends so that you can get a couple hours Q&A. And it's a free coaching. So, all right. So let's see what's going on with love. Ooh, in reverse. We don't want to do in reverse. The wise woman of Wonderland, integrity and compromise, and it's the number 3 in reverse. So for those of you that are single or in a relationship or going into a relationship or wondering about love, integrity is not being paid attention to. And people definitely are compromising. And what does that mean to you? What does that mean as a single person? One of the first things you want to look to if you're dating or if you're in a relationship or starting to get more intimate and your emotions more involved in that relationship, really look at the integrity of that person. Did they start out lying when you first started dating them? Oh, I didn't tell you just because I was, shy or whatever. But if that first lie or two, like, oh, do you have any kids? No. And then you find out they have 3 kids. Oh, well, I didn't tell you because, and I'm like, that's a big red flag, how you start out. So integrity is really high. That's your values, that's your morals, that's where you stand in life. It's not happening for some of you. It's like you're all caught up in the la la moment of the relationship, or going out, or the peacock feathers that show how good of a person they are, but you're not paying attention to what the integrity is. I don't know who that's for. But the wise woman of the Wonderland, it's the wise woman who actually sits there and asks and find out the integrity and keeps her value, her self-esteem and everything up, and her confidence up, and says, you know what, I need to know if you match my standards. Okay, and that's it for men or women. I need to know if your standards are the same as mine. I'm looking for marriage. Oh, I just really am looking for a booty call. Very different standards. Very different. And somebody who, wants to sleep on the first date, okay, their standards are different. I hold out till I know you and I'm in a full blown relationship and we're headed to marriage. That's just me, because you know what? There's too many STDs out there. There's too much crap out there. And there's some really wacko people out there. You don't want to be in a position that puts you into a place where, well, end up on the news. Put it that way. Too much. In Portland, we were Portland, Oregon, there when I was studying criminal justice back in 2013, about there, 2013. We were number 3 in the nation for trafficking, sexual trafficking. We were number 3 in the nation. And now these Uber things and things, you gotta be real careful. Integrity. Look at integrity, morals, values, really, when you're dating. Same if you've already started dating and you didn't ask the tough questions. Hey, have you ever been in jail? Would you mind if I did a background check on you? Would that be okay? Because I just want to make sure. I do a background check on anybody who dates me and they don't even have a clue. That tells me a lot about character. Okay, and this is the thing. Integrity and character are number 1. But being in criminal justice, that's what I do. Okay, I'm not going to put myself in danger. I'm not going to get into a situation where somebody's lying about their whole life, And once I do a background check, it's really interesting, because I don't tell them I do a background check. They ask me, yeah, sure, I'll tell them, but I will ask them questions. Hey, so, have you ever been in trouble with the law? Do it nonchalantly. Have you ever been in trouble with the law? And they start fidgeting, and that gives you an answer right there. You don't want you want to make sure that you're getting into somebody being wise. Okay, turn this upside down. Be wise. Within the first 3 dates, you should know what that person is pretty much like, if you want to move forward or not, if you've asked all the hard questions. And that's a coaching video. Like I said, you can always ask for dating or whatever, relationship coaching, that kind of a thing. Again, get me to 1,000 subscribers. We'll talk about it for free, but you always can email me for free anyway. Anyway, surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine. This is your whole reading, guys. This is not only your relationships. This is not only your work. This is not only anything you do. For me, being a worldly person before, messed up, and a roller coaster ride of making poor decisions and living a life of the world. And let me tell you, I spiraled down and I turned that around. Gosh, I don't know how many years it's been now, but I turned it around. I said, you know what? I'm done. You make the decisions. You take the wheel and drive this car or boat or whatever you want to call it, because I apparently mess everything up. And as soon as I did that and released my whole life to him, my life changed 100%. I now walk in absolute truth. I walk in love as best as I can, because I'm human and I do have those moments where but then I also too turn around and say, I'm really sorry I did that. That was not in love. Definitely not in love. But I also do walk the talk. We have to walk the talk. Whatever you talk, you should be walking. Okay, so surrender it to divine. This is what divine is saying in your reading 100%. He has said this to 3 signs now already. Talk to me. Ask me what you want. Ask me what you need me to guide you on. Ask me how you want me to go. Ask me what decisions you're having a trouble with because you keep repeating the same poor decisions or it's just not working out. And then also trust in the garden. Water it. So this is you. This is you personally. Take care of your mind. Take care of your spirit. Take care of your body. Have value in your body. Have value in yourself. Have value because you're worth it. You're worth every positive, good blessing, reward, whatever you want to call it, that you deserve. Okay. And that's high integrity, high morals, and high values. Again, in your relationships and in your love and in your marriage. Okay. All right. So that's your reading, guys. Oh, I went long today. I'm so sorry. But you know what? This is needed to be said. So I hope this was helpful. I hope there's something that resonated with you. Um, Again, I'm going to be in Oklahoma until the 14th. The readings will still be going on just like they are. I just had to crunch a few more together this week because I fly out on Friday. So definitely we will see you on the 20th. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week and a blessed week. And don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Take care. Get me 1,000 subs and we'll be talking. All right. Take care.